My brief upload today is just with regard to the culprits of a collective vendetta of treason and hate crime, medical negligence and bodily integrity damages that are still incessantly making efforts to cause repeat offences. So this is just a brief upload to stipulate the fact that there is a protection order in place from repeat offenders that are of proximity and privacy violations, that don't live with me, that don't interact with me, that don't know me personally, and that don't have communication with me, and that do not have any appointment process in any arrangement at all whatsoever with me. This refers to the point of the repeat offenders falsifying communication processes in an appointment schedule that is actually not authentic. So this is just to establish that there have been very poor tactics of avoidance and repeat offences planned by incompetent adults, professionals in this entire facade where I am awaiting the ombudsman. I'm awaiting the ombudsman, and there are still the original offenders against my child and I in preparatory, retaliatory offences. So this is just to highlight that there is a protection order in place from these people that are just simply not doing their jobs properly. They are not addressing their failings. They are not addressing their wrongdoings. They have not been making reparations. They are not within remit. And they are not adhering to the laws. So this is just to stipulate that the individuals that are breaching all codes of behaviour, ethos, ethics, etc., have not been acting in accordance with the Constitution, and they have not prioritised the best interests of my child, and they have not had any due process to withhold my child from me in the first place. So I'm still awaiting the ombudsman. They've heard from me since 2017, and it's 2021, and I'm still experiencing incompetent professionals causing very serious problems with their distortions of the facts. So as a recovery advocate, a fully competent, qualified educator, a professional and property owner who's been robbed left, right and centre, the very serious issue of financial property, intellectual, creative theft, sacred light theft since 2017, and damages to my child and I since I became a married mother are the issues that I am still seeking to be addressed. So this matter pertains to all circumstances I've relayed on a daily basis due to the slander originating from this vendetta of culprits that have stolen from my child and I. They have no right or remit to my royal patronage. They have absolutely no right. The government has its obligations to O'Higgins bloodline of Fernandez. And that is my bloodline, and that is my heritage, and my child is Mcelligott. So I'm still awaiting since 2017 for the honourable government to meet the obligations and to remove the antagonists, the disturbances and liabilities in society that are in my proximity and that are damaging wildlife, nature and society. So there are people after running off on a tangent in their own set of circumstances with an absolute fallacy of unlawful actions, unsubstantiated experiences, and they have used my name. They have used my name, they have used my personal experiences, and they have resorted to witchcraft and paranormal procedures to attain information that they had no right to attain. So they've used the very, very dangerous practice of paranormal to attain personal information that they have exposed and publicised and published. So I'm aware of all of this situation. These people are in my proximity and have no right to be. So this is just to stipulate that those individuals that are breaking the law and that are acting against the Constitution and that are in contempt with regard to the Constitution and that aren't fulfilling the obligations to my O'Regan O'Higgins bloodline of Royal Fernandez, I hope the Honourable Government is up to date with regard to the very serious, dangerous offences with the matter of church state that affect this personal experience and the issue of academia and the unethical practices involved in publications that the guilty culprits are responsible for also. So I hope the European Court of Human Rights knows how this has an awful ripple effect on society. As a property owner of a beautiful mountain in Kilflynn since 2015 that has experienced unlawful actions and trespassers, etc., and developments that aren't authorised, this issue of nature, climate change, developments in society, as a universal light worker, my marital ancestral property being affected by malicious, avaricious, covetous individuals is just, it's absolutely, it's the most deplorable signifier of disrespect to a family ancestry, a family unit, etc. So I hope that brings to the attention of those trespassing on that property of my marriage and ancestry that they are most unwelcome, especially without consulting or discussing with me personally with the illegalities that have been occurring, etc., and the developments that have been occurring without my consent. So those that have disrespected my child and I, and that are very guilty of very dangerous theft and fraud and slander, I hope they know where they are not welcome. And I hope the royal heritage and patronage of my O'Regan and O'Higgins family will be safeguarded, as is the obligation of the Honourable Government. So I'm still waiting, as is already clarified, since 2017. And just to remind those that are in contempt of humanitarian constitutional law, there is a protection order in place from further offences of guilty culprits in the southwest of Ireland assaulting a Royal Sacred Maria Mcelligott here in this upload.